Hello there viewers and students. If you are belonging to an academic career of Bachelors, Masters, M.Phil or even PhD degree, then today's video is really important for you because having a knowledge of critical book review is very important for a researcher. Even if you are a researcher who is conducting his or her research individually on any published book, then this video is very helpful for you because developing the concept of critical book review is really important for you. So keep watching this video and you are gonna get this all information that you need for making a critical book review effectively and successfully. Now students, what you are supposed to do in this step 6, that is named as tone of the book. This portion of your evaluation should be consisting of 1 to 2 paragraphs. What you have to do here, I have given an expressionistic picture with this. You have to say it as to how the tone of the book was. But you are not supposed to do this in such expressions like cool, hello, like this. What you have to do for expressing the tone of the book is that you should be using literary approach for completing this task. First of all, do an evaluation of the book tone or style through making an assessment that is the book personal or impersonal, is it inspiring for the readers or is it discouraging for the readers, is the book better to be read by the academic students or it is better for generalized reading through informal studies. What you have to do is explain as to how the book leaves an impact on readers. What was the impression and the impact on you as a reader and what impact it would leave on the readers. That must be narrated by you through your critical evaluation. And lastly, most importantly, before moving towards the next step, you should keep in mind that this section that is consisting of almost 1 to 2 paragraphs should be answering the following questions as to how the book emphasizes upon encouraging or discouraging readers from having bold learning. What next is the style and tone of the book suitable for the audience, topic and your critical situation? These both questions are very important to be answered by you as evaluator. Does the book encourage or discourage the readers? Is this enhancing the knowledge level and the learning level for the readers? Is the book suitable for audience, topic and your critical situation? Does that book relate to the discipline? Does that book have an impression that is being built and illustrated by its thesis? So now moving towards the last and the final step of this important critical book evaluation process. This last portion of your critical book evaluation, that is named as conclusion, is very important. Students, keep this brief. It should not exceed 1 paragraph. What you have to do in this section is make a restatement of reviewer thesis through utilization of different wording. Through making a different wording approach, you can restate the reviewer thesis. What you have to do next in this section is to bring forth the merits of the work, was how the work is significant, how is it going to contribute. And secondly, what you have to do here is evaluation within discipline or conversation. You might be knowing and telling what is the value of the work in the concerned discipline, because this is the way through which the things are evaluated in a literary approach. What you have to do further is to define the importance for general and specific readers. which type of readers can get more benefit from this work, and which type of readers should take this thing as a source for their elaborations towards further work expansion. Major emphasis of the section should be on the question that what is the significance of the book? Would I recommend this book, and to whom? This question relates to this portion, that is the reader that you are recommending is generalized one or specific one. This question is here answered. And what you are doing regarding significance of the book that is being discussed here above. You must be deciding, you must be telling, you must be exploring the evaluation within the discipline, the rank within the discipline of the work, and the significance of the work. So this whole section of conclusion should be brief. Keep it in mind, it should not be expanding from one paragraph. That length would be ideally appreciable for your critical evaluation. So students, if we have to make here a critic conclusion about our whole study, or we have to make an overview, then we can say here that this whole process of critical book evaluation is very simple, that you have to narrate. You must be knowing the difference between critical book review and a simple book review. Both of these things are different. A simple book review can be consisting of most of the summary portion, but the critical book review have some basic requirements. Those are required to be followed by you as a critical book reviewer. It's about evaluation, it's not about illustrations, it's not about discussions only. So, having an overview of all 7 steps we have already discussed step by step, we can state here the first step relates to or attributes to author's qualification, his eligibility to address the problem. The second step consists of 2 parts. The first one is author's thesis. What is the basic thesis or main idea of the author of the book, and what solution he is offering to the problem that he narrates through his thesis. And the second portion of this step is about reviewer thesis, as to how as a reviewer you have learned what the author is stating in his thesis and the what solution he is offering to the problem he has stated, needed to be attributed as a reviewer. The third step is about how the arguments have been built by author, how the discussion has been expanded through an eloquent and continuous and consistent manner. Step 4 is to discuss the weaknesses of the book. These weaknesses should not be discussed in a common approach. You must be having some literary approach for having evaluation of the weaknesses of the book. Then you have to give some narration in 2 to 3 paragraphs on the strengths of the book. That should also be not in generalized approach. Then you should be discussing the tone of the book, and then you are concluding. It should be brief and to the point, and the wording should be rephrased, and things should be impressionistic. So thank you guys for having your precious time, for having this discussion and having this learning. But I knew I have conveyed to you. This video also has a second portion that I will share later on. In that portion we will be discussing that how can you go through the book that you are going to evaluate, how you can reduce your things towards pages from an expanded book. You are coming back towards pages to get it narrowed down, And the second portion of that second video would be consisting of the basic technical things those are required by our academic students to be mentioned while he is creating a critical book review. What he need to mention as to how to produce the things, what are the basic academic requirements for that purpose. So thanks for watching this video, and if you like this, you can share this with other students as well, and you can subscribe the channel as well. Thank you.